Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Alex with Finite to Freedom. Welcome back on our chapter 4 video of must watch. I presented the economical depression and how it can affect the whole market and generally the world. The economical recession, again, same things, and the repo market. Now I'm going to discuss a little bit about the value of gold and the value of silver and how I upgraded my strategy on investment journey based on these two things. So let me bring you onto the main screen where our new guy is basically opening the doors towards the growth, towards the success. I have put the goal of become financial free, and I will do it. It will take time. I don't mind about it, but it will be a success. So, why it will be a success? Let's not talk about only words. Let's prove some of these words, right? With becoming financial free, I can choose what I want to do, when I want to do, with who I want to do, and where I want to do, and anything else, right? Okay, Alex, sounds perfect, but how? So the more information I gather, the more I upgrade my knowledge. So knowledge is power. And you know what else is power? To do, right? So a powerful thing is to take action, and I am, right? So I'm not gonna sit on a whole stock market or anything like that when there is so much uncertainty out there. The whole stock market is moving like don't know what it's doing, right? So economy is not well, inflation is high, which we are going to cover it as well on this Thursday. So as soon as I come back from work, I'm going to prepare the video and I'm going to go live. So the economy is not great, right? There is a lot of debt out there. The inflation is high, unemployment is high, unemployment claims is high. So and we're having like all times high. Like how? Right? So I question everything I see and everything I hear and everything I do, right? So I'm not trusting just whatever I see, right? So I need to see the value, the information. I need to gather valuable information. So, for example, I invested in a lot of stocks, right? QuantumScape, for example, when I did the mistake and sold my shares and took the loss, the actual loss, now QuantumScape was at $10 and it went back up. So apparently they released the new battery from trials into the real world, and that made the stock to go into 25% up, right? My mistake that I didn't wait, I didn't get the new or anything like that, but it's okay. I don't really mind. You have to lose sometimes and gain way much bigger in the future. So I don't take it too hard. I'm just okay. I'm okay with it, right? So as you can see, and I'm going to bring it a little bit closer. I think that will do, right? That is perfect over there. Perfect. So you can see actually what we're going to discuss, and you can actually see the screen as well. So I like questioning everything. So I talked about the depression, I talked about the recession, I talked about the repo market, and I gathered more information into my head and I upgraded my knowledge. Now I'm going to discuss about the value of gold and why gold. Gold was the number one asset that I invested 3 years ago. I didn't have the patience. I didn't know a lot about the value of the gold, right? So I question like why I don't know the value of money, right? So the banks are loaning plenty of money out there and they get more money because of percentage, right? The governments are printing basically money, right? So every time I was questioning, why are they doing that? Why is that? Why is that? Why is that? Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the value of gold. Gold's value is multifaceted and stemming from its physical properties. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, guys. Like, that's how I heard it, and that's how I'm saying it. Historical significance and cultural impact. It has been a symbol of wealth, power, and beauty throughout various civilizations, from ancient Egypt to modern economies. So already I'm thinking, like, hold on a minute. So if gold was existing thousands and thousands of years ago, why suddenly we changed that, right? I'm going to discuss about that. Now, a guy from JP Morgan has said before, gold is money and everything else is credit, right? I question, and I'm like, how can gold is money when we're actually having actual money, paper money, right? Coins and stuff. So the coins and the money that we know, dollar, euro, yen, pounds, and everything like that, is just credit. What is credit? So what is credit though? The answer is simple. It's debt. That's why they're printing money, right? So I was growing as a kid, and all I could hear it was my relatives, my family, and everything. Study hard, get a job, save money. And I was like, why? 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 Right? Nowadays, they say put money for pension. And it's a long conversation about the pension, which I guarantee you guys I'm going to bring it on a live, and we're going to discuss about the positives and the negatives. And I'm towards the new kind of, not the new generation, like the new kind of, let's say new generation, that why would I need to save money to put for a pension that I'm not going to be able to touch it before I turn 68? You can take a percentage of your money and it gets taxed. Why would I need to save somewhere money and that company can take advantage of my money and go to the stock market, right? So the company is not stupid, they need to make money. So I questioned that. When I came in UK, I paid my pension the first year, and then I questioned it. I was like, hold on a minute, why would I need to put my money and not have access on it by the age of 68? I might die tomorrow. What is going to happen with this money, right? A lot of people might have a different opinion. That's totally respected and understandable. It's just not for me. I don't like having pension being controlled by someone else, and I have to have an age limit before I touch my money, and especially to get taxed on a taxed money, right? So, in 1971, when Nixon took the dollar off the gold standard and the US Treasury with a bond became as good as gold, that caused, though, one of the biggest hyperinflation in the history. So let's talk a little bit about it to explain why I don't like having money in the bank, having money for pension. I cancel my pension and I have put this money into investments, right? I can touch them anytime I want, any hour I want, right? So they present as you need to go to school, you need to get a job, and you need to save money. Why are they? And I'm giving you the answer on that, right? I questioned, why do I need to study when school doesn't teach me real life, real valuable lessons, right? They tell you that studying, you have good grades, and they put you a label. I had a friend in high school, which he was considered as um, weak because of his grades. And I was an A plus student, right, in the first year of high school. And until I realized that I'm not learning anything, I'm not learning anything that it can actually benefit me out there. And I know, guys, some of you will say that, and I'm totally respecting that. I'm just expressing my opinion, what I was thinking about myself. I respect fully people that they go to universities and they study and they get a degree and they do the job. I totally understand that. But there's so many people out there that if you see the percentage, a lot of people in my life I've met and they were A+ student and they didn't go to the university that they wanted, and now they can speak 5 languages and they can't find a job. They work for McDonald's, they work for KFC, they work for something like that. So you spend so much time of your life studying, right? Putting the hard work, putting the effort to just have 5 languages as degrees and you can't get a job. Then the easy answer is going to be like from some people that they might didn't try enough. You can't judge that. The guys don't have a job, right? They work for something that they don't like. They do a job that they don't like. 78% of Americans, I've done the research, and they don't like their job. They don't do what they love, right? So isn't a school a place that they can upgrade you with knowledge, and knowledge is a powerful tool to go out there and conquer your dreams, conquer your goals. It's not only about your hard work and your effort, right? So after that first year that I saw the real image of studying and everything, I was like, no, 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 no. I need to learn valuable things. So I started studying as much as I can about the universe, about science, about biology, about economy, about finance, about everything, right? And what happened was that person, my friend, that he was considered a weak person, the teacher made a question to the class and said, who am I going to work on, right? Alex or his friend? And I immediately responded and I said, him, because he needs more help. I don't need, I'm an A+ student. Why would you help me? And she goes like, no, 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 that's wrong. So straight away, they teach you that if you fail, you're nothing. You're no one. You didn't try enough. You didn't put the hard work. You didn't put the effort, right? When we are born, when we learn to walk, don't we fail before we start walk? When you ride a bicycle, don't you fall down so you can learn how to balance on a bicycle? So failure is not a negative thing. Failure is the biggest teacher out there in life. So they teach you that if you fail, you didn't try enough. So they put you down straight away. So why would I need to study in a school that does that? So I changed my mentality, I changed my mind, and everything. I never studied at school. I almost graduated from school, right? And that didn't make me less smart from other people. I can open any conversation right now about economy, about countries, about science. I'm still learning, right? You can only upgrade your knowledge, right? So I started questioning, why do I need to have a pension? So I cancelled it. And I'm not saying anything I say, guys, I'm not telling you to go do it. It's just a kind of like a conversation right now and a video that I want to express my opinion and how it helped me into my journey. Now you can turn around and say, oh, Alex, but you're not financial free, so why would I believe you? It's okay. That's fine. That's fine by me. But I will do it. I will reach to that position. So my relatives, everyone was against it. And I'm like, you were born with that mentality. They taught you that thing. Why did they teach you that? Because the governments don't want you to think. So you go to school, you get a job, you pay your bills, you pay taxes, boom, 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 save money aside. Why though? No one is making the question of why. Why do I need to save money? So when I have zero money into the bank, I pay my bills and I keep money in my pocket if I need something extra for food or anything like that, petrol, anything. The rest of the money, they go into assets that they can grow, double, triple, right? 5x, 6x, 10x, whatever. So obviously it's not that easy as it sounds. I'm doing a lot of hard work behind the scenes. I do a lot of research before I buy a business or buy valuable materials or anything like that. So I had that conversation and I said, why nobody asked, why do you need to save money? So when you go to school, they're already preparing you to be a tool over there, right? In life. You get a job, they make you limited. And the whole channel is finite to freedom. So limited to free, right? So they put you into that mentality of, okay, if I study, I'm going to get a job. But if I fail, what do I do? Right? No one is thinking about that. Everyone is going like, oh, if I study hard, I get the grades, I get my job like I love. Not really. Look at the statistics. And I just gave you, only for America, 78%, they actually don't like their job. That means 78% of people, right, of the whole population in the United States that hate their job. So then you go to the second subject, which is you pay tax. Perfect. Okay. Then you save money. On the saved money, you will pay some tax after that. Because if you reach, for example, saving money into pension, when you are going to withdraw that money, you get the pension back, you get taxed. So where is the reasonable thing there, right? So I don't want to do that. Why would I need to get taxed double times on my tax money? So, and especially to have an age limit and limited access, whatever. Not access at all, actually, until a specific age. So I was like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. But not everyone is going to understand that. Not everyone wants to accept it, not understand that. Everyone can understand that when they do the research, but they don't want to accept it because they got brought with that mentality. And it's unfortunately whatever. So when you save money into the bank is for $1, for example, €1, €1, they can print out $10. They can lend out actually $10, right? So your money becomes less value and less and less and less and less every single time. Now you see the government are printing money. Printing money is debt. You can see it here. It's simple debt. That's the dollar, that's the euro, that's the pounds, that's the yen, that's everything. So why Nixon took the dollar out of gold, right? You can see that. You can see it here. It's written, right? That's from information. You want to search it, search it. But why did he do that? Because he could see the value of gold. Gold and silver are one of the most precious materials out there. I had a conversation on in the past, and people were going like crazy about, do you think that you're gonna become like a millionaire with gold and silver? And I'm like, if you can't understand the value of money and the value of precious materials, then I can't speak to you, mate. Just go do your research. And I know it sounds harsh, but it was because he didn't let me explain to him. So, what is a bond, right? Because we talked about it, that in 1971, when Nixon took the dollar off the gold standard and the US Treasury with a bond became as good as gold. What is a bond, right? And that led into a biggest hyperinflation in the history. So, what is a bond? A treasury bond is a long-term, low-risk debt security issued by a national government, such as the US Treasury or the UK's HM Treasury, where they are known as gilts or treasury gilts. You are essentially loaning money to the government for a set period, and in return, you receive regular fixed interest payments, coupons. right? And the full principal amount face value back when the bond matures, right? These bonds are considered safe investments due to government backing and can be bought and sold in the secondary market. So why do we need to pay attention to the credit, to the money, right? It's fake. They are telling us, oh, 134 GBP to USD, 134. Oh, 128 now. What? How? Right? So, I guarantee for myself that I want to focus on that has been used since the ancient Egypt until now, than fake money that they lose the value. Look at USD right now. It has lost so much its value, right? The economy is not great. I've talked about it. This is a really important video, guys, because I'm providing now really valuable questions, really valuable information. And again, you do as you want with this information. It's not financial advice, but search, right? Why do you accept whatever you've been told that that's it? And especially from governments, they're printing money, right? So the value of silver. Silver is valuable because it's a rare and beautiful precious metal with a historical role as a store of wealth, but its value today is heavily influenced by its extensive and essential industrial applications in electronics, solar energy, and medicine, alongside consistent demand from investors as a hedge against inflation and diversifying asset with portfolios, right? So industrial and technological demand. High conductivity. Silver is the most conductive metal and is crucial in high-end electronics, circuit boards, and solar panels, directly impacting its demand. So it's going to be used forever. Medical properties. Its antibacterial properties make it invaluable in medical equipment and water purification systems. Other uses. Silver is also used in alloys, brazing, and other chemical industries, contributing to its overall demand. So it's never going to stop giving. It's going to be on. People are going to ask for it. Chips, electrical cars, right? Medical equipment, water purification systems, a lot of things everywhere if you think about it. So investment and monetary demand hedge against inflation. Like gold, silver is often seen as a safe. I'm just receiving some emails, guys, sorry about that. Is often seen as a safe haven asset, protecting investors from inflation and economic uncertainty. That's why I went and bought silver, and this is why I'm expecting 17th of September, if my stocks on BBAI goes up, immediately I'm gonna sell and take my money, put them from Robinhood into eToro, take advantage of the leverage because I know how it works. I'm not saying you go do it, do a research before you do anything. Learn. Knowledge is a tool, a powerful tool. So I'm going to put all my money into the silver with leverage, and then I'm going to make money even if the market crashes or anything happens at all. This is how I am prepared, right? And I wouldn't do it if I didn't know what I'm doing. I learned about the value of money. I've learned which is credit, which is debt. I learned about the value of the valuable materials like gold, silver, and other ones. I've learned about inflation. I've learned about the economy, about the countries. I've learned a lot. So this is why I'm doing what I'm doing, and there is a lot of uncertainty. We can't have almost like 3,600 of gold, all-time highs. Silver is going up at $41 currently and 20 cents. And then you've got Stock market is going high, all-time high. How? There is so much uncertainty. There is debt. What is going on? Why the markets are acting the way they are acting? So because I don't know, I'm like, you know what? Take your money, stay away from the stock market for now. And if they drop, that's how you make money. You go and buy undervalued companies that they're gonna grow and you make money out of it. So you take advantage of crashes and you make money of it. But it's not good for the general public. People are losing jobs, people are losing houses, they can't afford to pay their food and everything. So it's not good. So instead of governments fixing the problem, they just want to put a bandage on the wound by printing money. So who's gonna pay? Again, I'm gonna say the taxpayers, pensions, right? So portfolio diversification. Investors purchase silver to diversify their portfolios, balancing risks and seeking financial stability. If that doesn't answer to your questions, guys, then I don't know. It's up to you, honestly. I've got loads of respect towards every single one. I only can provide you the information that I provided towards my journey, and hopefully it can help people out there. So silver is more affordable than gold, absolutely, making it accessible to a broader range of investors and offering greater flexibility for selling smaller portions of holdings. Store of wealth. Historically, silver has been used for coinage and as a store of wealth for thousands of years. Supply dynamics. Finite supply, limited supply means silver is a finite resource, limited resource with limited global reserves, which contributes to its inherent scarcity and value. Byproduct of other metals. Much of the world's silver supply is a byproduct of mining other base metals like copper, zinc, and lead, meaning its output isn't always directly responsive to price changes, creating supply volatility. Find me a school, find me an education system that provides this valuable information that you actually use on your day, right? So none. So market dynamics. Volatility. The silver market is smaller and more volatile than gold, with its price often influenced by both industrial demand and investment sentiment. Gold-silver ratio. The relationship between gold and silver prices, the gold-silver ratio, helps investors monitor the current value and potential undervaluation of silver. Silver is still one of the most undervalued assets on Earth. It is essential to electric vehicles, solar, AI, water tech, even military systems, right? This is what I wanted to present to you guys. A little bit of information about my opinion about schools, pension, and everything, what I did. And it's no financial advice. I'm not telling you to go out there to do it. You do your research and then you judge what you want to do. But I had to present that. So it's a 28 minutes video. I hope it has really big value. I hope there was someone out there that they were making a video and telling me what is this, what is this, what is this, what is this, and learn. I had to do the research on my own. Unfortunately, it has taken me 10 years currently, 7 years. The first 7 years, it took me to learn building tools that no one can take away from me. And now I'm into the journey of actually putting the effort. So, I hope you guys like the video. I hope you guys subscribe so you can be involved and engaged with our lives and everything. And if you found it as valuable, let me know down the comments on the description. And I'm honestly open-minded person. If you want to have a debate, please let me know and we can set up a debate live and we can have a really healthy conversation. Now, I'm not against schools. I'm not against people who want to go to schools. or who want to go to universities. I'm with you. If that's what you want to do, I'll support you and I will say to you, go do the hard work, go put the effort, and go chase your dreams. But it's really sad to see people that they have actually done it, and it's a big percentage out there, and they can't do the job that they love. It's really painful, and especially for those kids and people who have actually done that. So I'm not gonna go through a lot. I'm just saying that I'm planning to take all my money away from the stock market until we have certainty. We might have, I'm expecting by end of September something bad to happen, because I can see how the stock market is moving, how the economy of the world is moving, how the economy of each country is moving. So if Warren Buffett took $35 million away from his stocks and put them into silver, that should tell us something, right? If you don't want to actually hear me or anything like that, if you think that I'm not presenting something valuable, look at what the 1% of the people do, right? Warren Buffett. I provided you some sentences from Robert Kiyosaki. The guy is smart, and I owe him a lot because I've learned from him. How? Bought the books. I need to rebuy now again the book that I suggest to you guys to study, which is Rich Dad Poor Dad. Amazing book. I want to buy it back again so I can start reading it again. And the second one is going to be Who Stole My Pension, right? If you want to learn a little bit about the banking system, about the government's printing money and everything like that, the value of money, it explains a lot. So there you go, guys. Another video. This is the chapter 4. If you have missed the previous videos, please go watch the chapters. It's only 4 chapters. It's 11 minutes, 7 minutes, and I think 12 minutes. And this one now, 32 minutes. Please spend 1 hour of your time in total and actually see the videos. So if you haven't seen them, it's going to be over here, our last video, which is chapter 3, and we're talking about the repo market. And then it can guide you to our last video, which is chapter 2, about the economical recession. And then from that, when you click it, is going to lead you into chapter 1, which is economical depression. Please go watch them. It's really worth the time. I have to finish the video right now. We come to an end. So I will see you on our next video that I'm going to prepare really soon. And it's in my plans to present to you about the economy of Japan and China. And I think it's valuable information out there. Until then, guys, I hope everyone is having a fantastic Monday so far. And I will see you on our next video. Have a good night. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.